Welcome to the Therapist and the Wildcard, the show about grief, mental health, and all the messy stuff in between. One of us helps people heal for a living, and the other probably needs more therapy. Together, we keep it real, raw, and sometimes ridiculous. Welcome to the Therapist and the Wildcard. I'm Vit, a certified grief coach, psychology student, widow, and wildcard. I had to think about that.
You nailed that. I'm Jen, the clinical social worker that tames her chaos. Sometimes. Today's topic is around boundaries and expectations within relationships with grief. What the relationships were like before the loss and the expectations after the loss.
Yeah.
So, you had people in your life. Mm-hmm. You've kind of talked about this, right? You and Chris stayed in the house. You didn't really go out and have a lot of friends.
Every time you say that and I rewatch the episode, I'm like, damn.
But it's not wrong, right? You guys just kind of kept yourselves. And part of that was the OCD stuff.
Yeah.
Which is fine, right? But then the small group of close, tight people that you had in your life prior to Chris's passing expected you to be that same person. After
his passing.
Okay, so what actually happened?
In what regard? Where? Where are you going with this? With me or with them?
From your standpoint. Because you stayed with your brother for a couple months. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
You went home, you traveled a little bit. You didn't really start getting into your routine until month 3, month 4.
Yeah.
And then you were never home. And you were out with people that you had just met.
Well, my friend circle changed after he passed. I still had some previous friends from before he passed, but a lot of those kind of fell off. And I now had a new circle, if you will.
Yeah.
But that's where it gets a little confusing because the new circle didn't know me prior to him passing. So they only know one version of me.
This is true.
Because when I talk about the old version of me, they're like, you had your shit together? you were type A? They're like, can't imagine. And I'm like, yeah.
Actually.
So grief changes you, obviously. So I changed. Probably in every which way I could imagine. But then that's probably where it gets dicey with the friends prior to him passing, because they are expecting the version of Vit that I was before he died. And I'm not that version anymore. And not only am I not that version, my life is completely different.
Complete
school, grief coaching, the podcast. There's other stuff I'm not thinking of, and I think their expectations have stayed the same, but I haven't stayed the same.
Kind of like some people in your family, without saying names here, but they expected you to be old Vit,
Yeah.
and do the things that you always did and move on.
And I think people say grief changes you, and everyone kind of understands that in a way, but you don't understand how it changes you until you're in it.
Fair enough.
Because I would never think grief would change me the way that it has.
Yeah.
Of course, you're like, I lost someone. I'm never going to be the same.
Right.
But it's deep. It really fucking
You're a brand new
changes.
person.
It's crazy. I don't know who I am. And half the time I feel like I'm just floating through life not knowing shit.
Some days you do feel like that. Some days you are just floating through life, but so is the rest of the world, so don't worry about it.
So, yeah, there's been, I'd say, tension with death at a thing.
Pre-death friends. We're going to go with pre-death friends.
Because of those expectations.
Right.
I didn't have a lot of things going on in my life when Chris was alive. It was just him and I.
Right.
So if I needed to be available, I was. And even before him, I was very much a people pleaser. I didn't say no to people. I didn't want to stir anything up. So if someone needed me, I usually just went. And I genuinely enjoy helping people. I do.
Absolutely.
But I didn't tell anybody no. Even if it
Right.
inconvenienced me or if I didn't want to do it at that time, I still did it.
You just never set the boundary.
Yeah. So it's my fault.
Boundaries are very important.
So, and now it's just different. Like, I don't have the luxury of, first of all, just dropping everything and going, or the luxury of being a people pleaser.
Right.
Nor do I want to be one.
Right. So when did all this kind of start to come out or kind of cause tension in relationships? Like 6 months after, 2 months after, 1 year after?
No, it was definitely, it was soonish, right?
I feel like
we
it was
talked
kind
about
of
some in
soonish.
therapy.
Yeah, there was some tension with what people expected of you. You know, in the beginning, people are stop talking about him. That's what's bringing you down, right?
Yeah, I think it was probably like before the first 2 month mark.
Yeah.
Maybe like around month 1.5 to 2. Because month 1, everyone's still kind of there and they're like, oh, her husband just died.
Right.
But then their lives go completely on. And mine is still,
Starting over, basically.
feel like I'm still starting over.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know shit. Am I supposed to know shit?
Well, I don't know. Okay, so things started to change. It caused tension in some relationships. How did you get past some of that? Like, how do you explain to someone who you were pre-death versus post-death?
I don't know if I have. Have I?
Do you
Like
think
when
that...
Kara was on, some things didn't click for her until she was on and heard you explain things in a different sense.
Right.
So I don't know if I've I feel like now I'm better able to explain it if someone is like upset or whatever.
True.
But yeah.
It's a tough concept. Like, you couldn't just go home at the end of the day and go to bed with your husband. You know, you guys would eat out. You would go to a hotel. You didn't have the luxury of doing those standard things anymore. You had to go home every night and create a new life by yourself. Which in itself is challenging.
And then I added a bunch of shit into my life.
I'll just keep going. Yep.
So I'm still trying to figure life out in a new normal. And then I'm like, hey, let's go to school.
Right. Well, and also, too, like, you anticipated your world wouldn't really change. It's just, Chris wasn't there. I'm going to continue to do all the things that I did. I'm going to be sad. I'm going to do this. Like,
Yeah.
so I think the expectations that you had for your own life within the first month or two was like, just going to be the same, just without him.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Exactly.
Like, it's all new to me. And yeah, you hear, oh, your life changes, but I didn't think it changed like this.
Right.
Like, what the hell?
Surprise. Yes.
So yeah, shit, tomorrow is a year and a half, and I'm still trying to figure stuff out.
Right.
I still don't know if I have somewhat of a norm.
Yeah, like a routine for the most part.
Yeah. But I'm still trying to find that balance.
Yeah.
Because I do have a lot more on my plate. So trying to find the balance between work and play, per se, is very hard.
Right.
Because I'm not going to lie, when I first started school, I probably wasn't the greatest friend. I didn't know how to balance.
You never had to do it before.
I didn't know how to balance it all.
Yeah.
And everything with the school was new, learning the system, the program,
Yep. And you didn't have as much free time. You literally needed to set boundaries with people so that you could accomplish your schoolwork. And that took them getting used to your new schedule.
And then that people stopped inviting me places
Aw.
because I kept saying, no, I have to do school.
study,
No, I have to
yeah.
do this. To where I still don't get it. I'm like, just invite me. I'm like, just
Just
make
a
me
thought.
feel like I'm loved.
Invite her somewhere, please.
Just invite me. I'm probably going to say no. Just invite me.
Just invite her.
To where like now Vanna understands, like, and I'm like, no, listen, I'm really trying to balance it all.
Right.
I'm like, so just invite me. Yes, there's going to be times that I can't,
Yeah.
but if I can make time, like, I will. And here's my thing. I'm not a sporadic friend. Very rarely can you call me up and be like, hey, we're going out to eat in 20 minutes.
Right.
My weeks are usually planned.
Yeah.
So,
Set school time, set work time, set grief.
yeah.
Yeah.
Grief group. I mean,
Grief group. Clarification, grief group.
I don't have a set time for grief. That's just,
it's when it
comes
hits.
and goes when it happens.
Yeah.
But so that's, I think, different too, because I used to be able to drop things and go.
Right. You had more flexibility back then.
Yeah. Like
Now you
Tam,
don't.
not that Tam knows a lot of widows, but she's like, you're the busiest widow I know. Like, what? She goes, you're always busy.
What else do you know?
She has 6 kids and
I
a
ask her.
husband. Oh, hi, you came to me. Hi.
Oh, you picked Vid over me.
So yeah. It's so cold. Did you turn the heat on? Oh. I don't. Why are you licking me? Why are you licking me?
Maybe this is that OCD reel. What's the matter, Oscar? Do you appreciate what Vid is talking about? Do you understand her? Do you understand grief? What's grief?
He's like, yeah, do you know how many of her therapy sessions I was in? He goes, I get it. Hi.
I'm here for you.
What do you need? Do you guys have treats for him?
You're going to interrupt the episode for the T word?
We need to interrupt any mics. Hey, Vit,
Yeah, Steve.
why did the coffee file a police report?
I don't know.
It got mugged.
These are so bad. Like,
No,
why are we
they're
laughing?
So good. That's a good one.
All right, and thanks to Steve, we're back. Talking about boundaries, friendships, relationships, post-grief, pre-grief. And we were just talking about how in like month 3 to 4, you were going out all the time, right? You had met some new people in your life that weren't there when Chris was there. And you were just
Living it up.
living it up. If somebody called and said, hey, let's go hang, you'd be like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, part of that was avoidance. I didn't want to be home.
And you didn't want to be home alone.
Yeah.
But you also didn't like having people over, so. It was a
Yeah, I
whole
wasn't
nother
having
game.
people over yet.
Yeah. Okay, so then you were constantly going out. How did people who were in your life prior to Chris passing feel about you starting to go out all the time, never be home, hanging with new people that weren't in your life?
It was an issue. It was an issue, to say the least. And it was new for them. So I'm sure they probably, I don't even know what they thought.
Right.
And in going out with new people, other people, you know, naturally you have a little bit less time.
Right.
I don't even know how to word it for other stuff.
Exactly. Right? Like after Chris passed, there may have been people in your life, and I don't know this, but there may have been people who expected to spend more time with you or the same amount of time with you. But there are times when you didn't want to go to specific events or birth dates or stuff like that, right? So you actually tended to avoid some of those things that people still anticipated you to be at.
Right. And I will say, so like some things are hard to go to in general because your husband is gone.
Right.
And then I also, with the whole cancer thing and I can't have kids, like some events around children are hard to go to.
Right.
And I do my best to be like, suck it up, bitch. Like, this is your life. There's nothing you can do about it. But the reality is sometimes it's just hard. And sometimes I am just in a bad mental space that day. Um.
Well, and that also leads to, if I may here, you could say, yes, I will be able to be there. Mm-hmm. And then the day of, you're having a really hard day. Mm-hmm. And you're like, I don't think I can do this. Mm-hmm. Right? Because there was a lot of those.
And yeah, there was. And there still are. Sometimes they're probably not as much, but
right.
There were a lot of, yeah, that sounds great. I'm free. Let's do it. And then the day of, I'm just... And even it's not even just the day of. Sometimes it's 20 minutes before or
right
on the way.
The day before.
Yes.
Like, well, and it's the anxiety that's creeping up, the fear, the grief, the sadness that Chris isn't going with you. Mm-hmm. You know, Chris and I would have been doing this together kind of thing. Okay. So there were times where you just didn't make it. Mm-hmm. And people were what? Angry?
Mad, angry.
Disappointed?
Yeah. I let them down.
Confused as to why you just couldn't go.
Yeah.
Thought you were using Chris and grief as an excuse.
Oh, yeah.
That happened a lot. Mm-hmm. You just don't want to come.
Yeah, no, I did.
Right. And you had the full intention of going until you didn't.
Sometimes I was like ready to go in the car or, ready to go and like, sitting on the couch and trying to hype myself up, and it just was like not working.
No.
And some events were still hard. I remember Chris's sister, was it Monique? She had her baby shower.
Okay.
And I think that was like one of the first showers I went to were like family events after he passed.
Yeah.
And I was fine the whole car ride there. And I like parked my car and I'm a mess.
Yep.
I'm bawling and I'm just a mess. And I'm like, how do I even go in?
Right.
But, thankfully at that point, I think I had like text Kanisha. I'm like, listen, this is rough, blah,
this
blah,
isn't
blah.
gonna work.
But yes, like those events are hard. And that was family. I drove an hour and a half.
Right.
I was in the parking lot.
Did you end up going in?
I did. I waited for Kanisha to get there. And I mean, still, it was hard. Like,
right.
Because I know men don't typically go to showers, but as the brother, I feel like he would have been there.
Right.
Like, so it's just, and then it was like on the flip side, it was like, would we have even went at all? It was a very confusing day.
Good point.
Because I was sitting there thinking like he should be here, and then thinking
he probably wouldn't have come.
If he was here, would we have even came?
Yeah. Right.
So a
lot of mixed emotions, mixed thoughts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and were they supportive of like, did they understand? Like, I'm sure you went in like eyes all messed up.
His family, like they get it. They're great. They
were grieving too.
Yeah.
So that's different.
But yeah, a lot of like friends and people who aren't family don't get it as much.
Yeah.
So it's a little hard.
Well, and if you've never been through it.
To be fair, there was some things that I couldn't or didn't go to prior to him passing because then the OCD was in the way.
Okay.
So that's where it gets messy.
Yeah. Well, and I think at one point, too, we talked about the guilt with the OCD when he was here, and that's a whole other topic. But your friends and family didn't expect you to change in the ways that you did.
Correct.
And at the end of the day, they expected the same Vit.
They still do. They still do.
So now, I mean, you've tried to set boundaries with them. You've tried to explain where you're coming from. I'm sure never did they think that you were going to go to school.
No.
Right. And now they're like, why would you do that?
Yeah. My brother actually thinks school is stupid, so there's that. It's a waste of time and money.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing you got some scholarships there, huh?
That part, but just kind of smart. But, yeah, and I don't think people expected me to be doing the things I'm doing, and I don't know what they expect. I don't know what the fuck I expected or what I still expect.
Yep.
Because the last year and a half has just been insane. Like,
You've just been doing your thing, one day at a time.
yeah, and then there's been so other, like, just family stuff. It's been a lot.
It's been a lot.
It's been a lot.
So if you were to talk to somebody, how do I want to say this?
I don't know.
If you were to talk to somebody, what advice would you give to someone who is the friend or family member of somebody who lost their spouse? What would you recommend they do to be supportive and not judgy, if you will?
Just fucking be there with no expectations.
Drop the expectations.
The person, the griever, is trying to figure life out. They don't know what the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't need people to say things or do things. We just need them to sit with us. Like, just sit with us.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're not going to show up to things. We're having a hard fucking time. It may not look like it on social media.
Right.
And, you know, even through texting, oh, I'm having a really hard day. You don't see me fucking eyelashes stuck together from crying so hard.
Exactly.
I'm a mess. I haven't showered in 3 days.
Yeah.
You don't see that side of me grieving.
But you expect me to show up for you.
Yeah.
When I haven't even shown up for myself in the last 3 days. Mm-hmm. Okay, so on the flip side, has this come up in your, like, grief support group at all?
Yeah.
Okay, and how do others feel about it, or what's been kind of tossed around on how to deal with this?
I think it's just hard. Like, no, everyone has the expectations, and we're still trying to figure out how to be a good friend, per se, while still grieving.
Right.
But people who aren't grieving or haven't experienced loss or close loss,
Right.
they don't get it. So a lot of us grievers just feel alone.
Right.
Even if there's people around, because now when there's people around, we're trying to put on a mask because we don't want to be too depressing. We don't want to, and then we're being judged if we're too fucking happy.
Right.
Yeah, I remember the first time I posted on social media after he passed, or like one of the first times. I was terrified. I was like, these people are going to judge me. I think it was like a vacation that I took with his sisters.
Okay.
And yeah, life goes on. You're smiling, you're, you know, whatever. But what they also don't see on that vacation, there was a wedding at the resort.
Yep.
I bawled my eyes out.
I recall.
We were in the middle of a club party, like having the time of our lives. Mm-hmm. I had to step out into the lobby because I just started bawling because Chris should have been here.
Right.
So but I'm not taking pictures and videos of me doing that and posting that on social media.
Right.
So yeah, don't take social media for face value because you only get the good shit. I'm not going to post, oh, I've been crying for 3 days and want to die.
Well, and check in without judgment.
And check in. Don't be afraid to check in. We know our people have died.
Yep.
We know we're in the thick of it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to say their name. Don't be afraid to check. Like, we know all of, like,
right.
By you not checking in or you afraid to bring them up isn't doing anything.
Yeah. Bring
them up. I haven't met one griever who does not want to talk about their person.
It's a good point.
Bring them up. We know they're dead. We know they're dead.
Valid.
Bring them up.
Okay, there's the advice of the wild card. Thanks for joining us.
That's a wrap for the Therapist and the Wildcard. One of us brings the therapy, and the other brings the chaos. Together, we'll be back with more laughter, healing, and everything in between.